Hello, my dear friend. I'm so glad you are here tonight. You made it through another day, another set of noises, another bundle of responsibilities, another round of thoughts that tried to pull you in every direction. Now you are here, in this quiet moment, in this simple place, where you can finally let your body rest. If this channel has been a comfort to you, if God's Word has helped you breathe again, please consider subscribing so you can always find your way back to a gentle night with Jesus. And now, let's come to Psalm 121. Not in a rushed way, not in a perform for God way, but in a slow, warm, safe way. Tonight, we are not trying to impress anyone. Tonight, we are not trying to solve everything. Tonight, we are simply coming to the one who keeps you, the one who watches over you, the one who never grows tired of loving you. Maybe your mind is still busy. Maybe your chest feels heavy. Maybe the day left you with that strange feeling, like you're still carrying a backpack full of invisible stones. If that's you, you don't have to fight your thoughts. You don't have to chase them away. Just let them pass. Like clouds moving across a quiet sky, we will keep returning gently to the truth. Because truth is not a loud weapon. Truth is a soft light. And Jesus is not standing over you with a checklist. He is near you with steady kindness. So, as you settle, let your shoulders drop a little. Let your jaw unclench. Let your hands rest. Let your breathing become unforced, simple, natural. And if you can, let this be your honest prayer. Lord, I am tired and I need you. That is enough. Tonight's psalm is a song of travelers, a song for people on the road, a song for those who are leaving one place and heading into another, not always sure what they will face, and that is you in a way. Because every night is a small journey. You step away from the daylight, and you walk into the dark quiet of sleep. You release control. You stop managing. You stop holding everything together. And sometimes that feels peaceful, and sometimes it feels scary. Because in the dark, old fears speak louder. In the quiet, unfinished conversations come back. In the stillness, you remember what you tried not to remember. But Psalm 121 meets us right there. Not by denying the darkness, but by placing God in the middle of it. Listen to the first words. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. Psalm 121:1. There is so much in that one verse. A tired person, lifting their eyes. Not lifting their achievements, not lifting their strength, not lifting their perfect faith, just lifting their eyes. Because there are moments when all you can do is look up, and that is not weakness. That is wisdom. The hills? In the ancient world, hills could mean danger. Wild animals, bandits, unknown paths, steep climbs, thin air. The hills could mean the things that feel bigger than you. And maybe tonight you have some hills. A hill named money, a hill named health, a hill named family, a hill named loneliness, a hill named regret, a hill named tomorrow. You can feel them standing there, dark shapes on the horizon of your mind. So the psalmist says, I lift my eyes. I look toward what I cannot control. I look toward what I cannot solve, and I ask, where does my help come from? And then the answer comes quickly, not vague, not uncertain, not maybe. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. Psalm 121:2. Your help comes from the Lord, not from your ability to hold everything together, not from your ability to predict what will happen, not from the approval of people, not from having a perfect plan. From the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth, the one who hung the stars like lamps, the one who measured oceans with his hand, the one who shaped mountains and also shaped you. So tonight, before anything else, let's let this settle deep. The one who made heaven and earth is not far away from you. He is not too busy for your small pains. He is not annoyed by your repeated worries. He is not disappointed that you need comfort again. He made you. He sees you. He is present with you, right now. If you have felt like no one is guarding your heart, Psalm 121 says, there is a keeper. If you have felt like you are always the one watching, always the one staying awake, always the one making sure everything is okay, Psalm 121 says, you are not alone. There's a holy watchman. There's a faithful shepherd. There's a loving Father. And tonight, you can let him take the night shift. So let's speak to him softly. Jesus, I lift up my eyes. I lift up my heart. I lift up what I cannot carry. Be my help tonight. And maybe, to make it simple, name one thing you are carrying. Just one. You don't have to say it perfectly. You don't have to explain the whole story. Just place it in his hands. Lord, this is what I'm carrying. And then breathe out as if you were setting down that invisible backpack. Again. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. Psalm 121:2. Let that be the sentence your mind returns to whenever it drifts into fear tonight. Because fear loves to ask, what if, what if, what if? But faith gently answers, my help cometh from the Lord. And now, as the psalm continues, it becomes even more tender. Because God is not only strong, he is attentive. God is not only powerful, he is present. And the psalm will keep repeating one word, like a soft heartbeat. Keeper. Keep, preserve, watch. Not because you must keep yourself, but because he keeps you. So tonight, you can rest. Not because nothing is wrong, but because someone is watching. Not because your life is perfectly safe, but because God is perfectly faithful. Not because your thoughts are quiet, but because his love is steady. And if you feel tears, let them come. Tears are not failure. Tears are release. Jesus is near to the brokenhearted. He is gentle with the tired. He is kind to the anxious. So take this moment. Let the room be still around you. Let the darkness be soft. Let the bed hold your body. Let God hold your soul. And as we move forward, we will let Psalm 121 become a blanket, a shield, a night song, a song that says, you are kept, you are watched over, you are not alone. Even now, even here, even tonight. Now listen to the next promise. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. There is something so practical here. God cares about your foot, your step, your balance, your stability. Because when you are tired, it is easy to slip, easy to stumble, easy to fall into the same old patterns, easy to say the wrong thing, easy to believe the darkest thought is the truest thought. But the psalm says, he will not suffer your foot to be moved. In other words, he is able to steady you, even when you feel shaky, even when you feel like your faith is a thin thread, even when you feel like you are one more bad moment away from falling apart. And then, he that keepeth thee will not slumber. Let that land. God does not get sleepy. People do. Friends do. Family does. Even the strongest people you know get tired. But God does not. He does not doze off at the wrong moment. He does not miss the detail that matters. He does not overlook the quiet cry you never spoke out loud. He is awake, not in a nervous way, not in an anxious way, but in a calm, faithful way, like the most loving guardian. You know, there are nights when you lie in bed and your mind thinks it is helping you by replaying everything. It goes back to conversations. It goes back to choices. It goes back to mistakes. It goes forward into tomorrow. It goes forward into what might happen. And you keep watching. You keep scanning. You keep carrying the night shift. But Psalm 121 gently says, you can stop watching, because God is watching. You can stop keeping the whole world safe, because God is keeping you. So tonight, let your mind loosen its grip. You do not have to stay on duty. You can hand the night shift over to the Lord. Now listen to verse 4. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 121:4. Behold. That word is like an invitation to look again, to look closely, to pay attention, to slow down. Behold, the keeper of Israel. Israel is God's people, a people with a long story, a people who wandered, a people who feared, a people who doubted, a people who sang songs through trouble, and through it all, God kept them, not because they were always faithful, but because He is faithful. So, when this psalm says, He that keepeth Israel, it is saying, God has a history, a track record, a long line of nights where His people thought it was over, and He carried them through. He kept them through deserts. He kept them through storms. He kept them through enemy threats. He kept them through their own weakness. And the psalm says, He shall neither slumber nor sleep. Not he might. Not he usually doesn't. Not he tries. He shall neither slumber nor sleep. So, if you are lying here tonight, and you feel like you are the only one awake, the only one who cares, the only one who is holding things together, the truth is, you are not the only one awake. God is awake, and because He is awake, you can let your body drift. Because He is steady, you can be soft. Because He is strong, you do not have to pretend. Now, let's bring this into your real life. Maybe you are carrying a fear that something will happen while you sleep. Maybe you have a loved one who is sick. Maybe you have a child you worry about. Maybe you are waiting for results. Maybe you have bills you are not sure how to pay. Maybe you feel lonely, and the night makes it louder. Whatever it is, the keeper is not asleep. Your problem did not outgrow God. Your situation is not too complicated for Him. Your future is not too dark for His eyes. The Lord sees in the night. He sees what you cannot see. He knows what you do not know. He is already in tomorrow, and He is already in the answer, even if you cannot feel it yet. So let your breathing slow. Let your thoughts become less sharp, less urgent, less loud. And if your mind tries to pull you back into worry, you can answer it with a simple truth. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. Again. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 121:4. And as you repeat those words, you are not doing magic. You are not forcing sleep. You are simply letting your soul agree with God's reality. Because peace is not created by pretending. Peace comes when we stop arguing with the truth. Now imagine, just for a moment, the Lord as your keeper. Not a distant idea, but a presence. Imagine Him like a gentle watchman at the door of your heart. Not tense, not harsh, not angry, just steady. Imagine him like a warm light in a dark hallway. Not blinding, not loud, just enough to show you that you are not alone. Imagine him like a shepherd who knows the sound of your breathing and counts you safe. And as you imagine that, let your body feel what your soul is hearing. The bed beneath you, supporting you, the quiet around you, holding you, the Lord above you, keeping you. Now, if you have been carrying guilt tonight, if there's something you wish you could change, hear this gently. God keeps you even while He heals you. God watches you even while He grows you. God does not say, "Get perfect, and then I will keep you." He keeps you first. He loves you first. And His love becomes the strength that changes you. So you can rest without fear of being rejected. Because in Jesus, you are received. In Jesus, you are forgiven. In Jesus, you are safe. So tell Him quietly, "Jesus, I am not strong tonight, but you are. I am not steady tonight, but you are. I cannot keep myself, but you keep me." And then breathe out. Let the keeper keep. Let the watchman watch. Let the shepherd stay awake while you begin to drift. Behold, he shall neither slumber nor sleep. Even now, he is here. Now, we move a little deeper into the psalm, not by hurrying, but by resting inside the words, as if they are warm light falling softly across your mind. The Lord is thy keeper, the Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Psalm 121:5. The Lord is thy keeper, not an idea, not a distant hope, not a fragile wish. The Lord is thy keeper. A keeper is someone who stays, someone who guards, someone who does not abandon their post, someone who does not leave you unprotected when you are tired, when you are weak, when you cannot do anything for yourself. And the psalm repeats it as if God knows you need to hear it again. The Lord is thy keeper, because the heart forgets in the dark. The mind forgets when it is overwhelmed. The body forgets when it is exhausted. So God repeats the truth, not to scold you, but to hold you. And then, the Lord is thy shade. Shade. That word is gentle. Shade is not a weapon. Shade is not a loud miracle. Shade is relief. Shade is what you look for when the heat is too much. Shade is what you need when you've been exposed too long. Shade is what covers you when life feels like it is burning through your strength. Maybe you know that feeling. Not only physical tiredness, but soul tiredness. The kind of tiredness that comes from trying to be okay for everyone. Trying to stay strong. Trying not to fall apart. Trying not to disappoint people. Trying to hold up a smile, when inside you feel thin and fragile. Shade. God does not only keep you from a distance, He shades you. He gives you relief. He gives you shelter. He gives you a quiet covering that says, "Come here, you do not have to stand in the heat alone." And then the psalm says, "The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand." Your right hand. That is your working hand, your doing hand, your holding hand, your carrying hand. It's the hand you use to keep life moving. The psalm is so tender here. It is saying, God is close to the part of you that has been doing too much. Close to the part of you that has been trying. Close to the part of you that has been holding it all up and holding it all in. He is thy shade upon thy right hand, meaning right there, near, present, not far away. Tonight, imagine that. Imagine your right hand resting, not gripping, not clenched, not tense, and imagine God's shade as a gentle covering over you. Not a shadow of fear, but a shade of mercy. Not darkness that threatens, but shelter that protects, a calm closeness. And maybe, as you breathe out, you can loosen your fingers. You can let your right hand soften. You can let your shoulders soften. You can let your stomach soften. You can let your forehead soften. Because you are not alone tonight. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade. Now listen to the next verse. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Psalm 121:6. This is beautiful because it covers both sides of life, day and night, the sun and the moon, the obvious pressures and the hidden fears. Some troubles are daytime troubles. They are practical, visible. They demand your attention. Work, bills, appointments, responsibilities, deadlines, tasks that pile up, people who need you, the sun by day. And sometimes the day can feel like too much, like you are out in open heat, with no place to rest, no place to hide, no place to breathe. But the psalm says, the sun shall not smite thee by day. Not that you will never feel heat, but that it will not destroy you. Not that you will never feel pressure, but it will not finish you. Not that you will never face problems, but you will not be abandoned in them, because your keeper shades you. And then, nor the moon by night. Night troubles are different. Night troubles are quieter, but they can feel sharper. At night, your mind can replay what it didn't solve. At night, your heart can remember what it didn't heal. At night, you can feel more alone. Night can magnify emotions. Night can make the future feel bigger. Night can make a small worry feel like a giant. The moon by night. And the psalm says, it will not smite you. The night will not defeat you. Even if you have had nights where anxiety felt like a wave, and you didn't know how to stop it. Even if you have had nights where loneliness felt like an empty room, and you didn't know how to fill it. Even if you have had nights where regret felt heavy, and you didn't know how to release it. The psalm is whispering truth into your soul. The moon by night shall not smite thee, because God is still God at midnight. He does not only rule in daylight, He does not only help when you feel strong. He does not only keep you when you are cheerful. He keeps you in the night. He shades you in the night. He is near when your thoughts are loud. So, tonight, we can practice a gentle handoff, not forcing, not fighting, just handing over. If your mind is carrying a list, you can hand it over. If your heart is carrying a person, you can hand them over. If your body is carrying tension, you can hand it over. One breath at a time. And if you need words, let the psalm give you words. The Lord is my keeper. The Lord is my shade. The sun shall not smite me by day, nor the moon by night. Now, let's slow down even more. Imagine the day you had, not to analyze it, not to judge it, not to punish yourself, just to release it. Picture it like a book you can close, a chapter you can set down. If there were moments you regret, you can bring them to God without fear. If there were moments you are proud of, you can offer them to God with humility. If there were moments you felt ignored, you can let God see them fully, because the Keeper sees you. So you can say, Lord, I give you this day. I give you what I did. I give you what I failed to do. I give you what I could not control. I give you what I did not understand. Be my shade. Be my keeper. And now, imagine tomorrow. Just tomorrow. Not the whole future. Tomorrow may have unknown things. But tomorrow is not unknown to God. He is already there. Your keeper goes ahead. So you can speak to tomorrow without panic. You can say, "The Lord is my keeper. The Lord is my shade. And even if tomorrow has heat, I will not be smitten. Even if tomorrow has shadows, I will not be smitten, because God keeps me." Now, let your breathing become slower. In and out, in and out. And if you notice your mind drifting, that is okay. Just guide it back, like guiding a small child by the hand. Back to the psalm, back to the keeper, back to the shade, back to the simple truth that God is close. The Lord is thy keeper, the Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Psalm 121:5. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Psalm 121:6. And as these words settle, let your body feel the safety of them. Let your eyelids grow heavier, without effort. Let your shoulders melt down into the bed. Let your breath become quiet, like a soft wave. Because you are being kept, not by your own strength, but by the Lord who does not sleep, and who knows exactly how to shade you when life feels like too much. Stay with me, dear friend. We are still inside the gentle middle of Psalm 121, still inside the soft place, still letting the words become slower than our worries. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Psalm 121:5. Let's sit with that again, because some truths need more than one hearing. Some truths need to be warmed in the heart like a cup held between tired hands. The Lord is thy keeper, not your anxiety, not your planning, not your overthinking, not your constant checking. The Lord is thy keeper. That means there is someone else responsible for you tonight. And that can feel strange at first, because you may be used to being the keeper. You keep your schedule. You keep your family together. You keep people happy. You keep your emotions quiet. You keep your pain hidden. You keep going, even when you feel empty. But the psalm gently interrupts that pattern. It says, "You are not the keeper. You are the one being kept. And what a mercy it is to be kept. Not watched like a suspect, but watched like a treasure. Not monitored with suspicion, but guarded with love. The Lord is thy keeper, and the Lord is thy shade." Shade is so personal. Shade means God is not only above you, He is near you. Shade means closeness. If a tree gives you shade, it must be near enough to cover you. If a shelter gives you shade, it must be close enough to block the heat. So this is not a faraway God, not a distant ruler who says, "Try harder," not a cold judge who says, "Do better." This is the Lord as shade, near enough to cover you, near enough to protect you, near enough to give relief. And the psalm makes it even more intimate. Upon thy right hand, right there, at your side. Not because you earned it, not because you performed well today, not because you were perfect, but because He is your keeper. Now think about what your right hand does. Your right hand reaches. Your right hand grasps. Your right hand holds. Your right hand fixes. Your right hand carries. Your right hand is the symbol of effort. And God says, "I will shade you right where you work, right where you strain, right where you try, right where you carry life." So if your heart has been carrying too much, this psalm is saying, God is not asking you to carry alone. Maybe you carried someone else's mood, someone else's expectations, someone else's disappointment, someone else's silence. Maybe you carried a secret sadness, a private grief, a tiredness you didn't know how to explain. Maybe you carried fear, fear of losing, fear of failing, fear of being left, fear of not being enough. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand, close to the part of you that has been doing the most. And tonight, your right hand can stop. Not forever. Not in a lazy way. Just for now. Just for this night. Because sleep is one of the holiest acts of trust. To sleep is to stop controlling. To sleep is to accept that God is God and you are not. To sleep is to let the keeper keep you. Now listen again to the next verse. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Psalm 121:6. There's a quiet kindness in this, because God is naming two times, day and night. And he is naming two sources of pressure, sun and moon. As if to say, I see what harms you in the obvious ways, and I see what harms you in the hidden ways. I see what drains you when everyone is watching, and I see what drains you when you are alone. The sun by day. Daytime pressure can feel like bright heat. People need answers. People need results. People need your attention. The day asks you to be strong, to be productive, to be quick, to be capable, and even good things can become heavy when they never stop. But the psalm says, the sun shall not smite thee by day, meaning the day will not destroy you, because God is your shade, because God is your keeper, because God is close. And then, nor the moon by night. The moon by night is subtle. It can represent the inner world. Night is when your body slows down and your mind tries to speed up. Night is when old memories can tap on the door. Night is when you wonder, did I do enough? Did I say the right thing? Will things be okay? What if something happens? What if I can't fix it? And the psalm says, nor the moon by night. Meaning, night will not strike you down. Not because you are fearless, but because God is faithful. And if you think, but I have had nights where fear did strike me, then let this be gentle. The psalm is not saying you will never feel fear. It is saying fear will not have the final word. It will not finish you. Because the keeper remains. Because the shade remains. Because the Lord does not sleep. Now, let's bring this closer to your breathing. If your breath feels shallow, let God shade your breath. If your chest feels tight, let God shade your chest. If your thoughts feel crowded, let God shade your mind. You can imagine his shade like this, not like darkness, not like something that hides you, but like a soft covering of calm, a quiet layer of safety, a gentle presence that says, I am here. I am not leaving. You do not have to fight the night alone. And if it helps, place one hand over your heart, not to perform, not to do it right, just to feel your own presence. And then remember, God's presence is closer than yours. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Now, some of us have learned the habit of bracing for impact. Even in peace, we wait for something to go wrong. Even in rest, we keep one eye open. Because maybe life taught you that. Maybe you were disappointed before. Maybe you were hurt before. Maybe you trusted and something broke. So the body learns tension. It becomes normal. But Psalm 121 is not angry at you for that. It simply offers a new kind of safety. Not safety based on perfect circumstances, but safety based on a perfect keeper. He will not slumber. He will not sleep. And if your mind says, but I still feel afraid, you can answer, feeling afraid is not the same as being abandoned. You can feel afraid and still be kept. You can feel uncertain and still be shaded. You can feel weak and still be held. Because God's keeping is not fragile. It does not break when your emotions change. It does not fade when you don't feel strong. It does not disappear when you have questions. The Lord is thy keeper. Now, let's stay with the image of day and night. Some people fear the day. They fear what they must face. Some people fear the night. They fear being alone with themselves. But Psalm 121 covers both. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Meaning, God's care is not limited by time. His protection is not office hours. His love is not a daytime-only love. He keeps you through the whole cycle of your life: morning, afternoon, evening, midnight, the moments you look strong, and the moments you feel like you cannot do this anymore. He is the keeper. So if you are lying there now, and you feel like you are at the edge of your strength, let that edge become a place of surrender, not a place of shame. You can whisper the truth to your soul in the simplest way. The Lord is my keeper. The Lord is my shade. Slowly, the Lord is my keeper. The Lord is my shade. Again, the Lord is my keeper. The Lord is my shade. And now, let your mind release one more thing, just one. A sentence you've been repeating in fear. Maybe it sounds like, I can't handle this. It's too much. I'm alone. I don't know what to do. I'm not safe. You don't have to fight it. Just place it under the truth, place it under the shade, and let the psalm answer it. The Lord is thy keeper. Psalm 121:5. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Psalm 121:5. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Psalm 121:6. Now, as your eyes grow heavier, as your breathing grows quieter, we are going to move soon into the next promises. Promises about what God preserves. Promises about how far His keeping goes. But for now, rest here. Rest in the shade. Rest in the closeness. Rest in the truth that God is not watching from far away. He is near. He is at your side. He is your keeper. And now, we arrive at a line that feels like a warm door opening, a quieter kind of strength, a deeper kind of safety, not the kind that says, nothing will ever be hard, but the kind that says, nothing will ever separate you from my keeping. Listen, the Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. Preserve. That word is gentle. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. Preserve means to keep safe, to guard, to watch over, to protect what is precious. And tonight, God is saying something very personal. He is not only keeping your schedule, not only keeping your plans, not only keeping your outside life, He is preserving you. And not only your body, not only your circumstances. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. Your soul, the deepest part of you, the part of you that feels, the part of you that remembers, the part of you that longs, the part of you that hopes, even when you feel tired of hoping, the part of you that gets wounded quietly. Sometimes people see your smile, but they do not see your soul. Sometimes you show up, but inside you are carrying a secret ache. Sometimes you do what you must do, but inside you feel thin, like you are running out. God sees your soul, not as a problem to fix quickly, but as a treasure to keep lovingly. He shall preserve thy soul. Now, the psalm also says, the Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. And we have to let that be tender, not harsh. Because sometimes when we hear the word evil, we only think of big things, dark things, obvious things. But evil can also be quiet. Evil can be the lie that tells you you are alone. Evil can be the accusation that tells you you are not enough. Evil can be the heaviness that tells you there is no hope. Evil can be the fear that tries to rule your night. And God says, I will preserve you. Meaning, those things do not get to own you. They may visit, they may whisper, they may try to pressure you, but they do not get to claim your soul, because your soul belongs to the Lord. And tonight, you are under His keeping. So, if your mind has been full of harsh sentences, let's soften them with this truth. If your mind says, I'm going to break, then answer softly, the Lord shall preserve thee. Psalm 121:7. If your mind says, I can't do this, then answer softly, He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. If your mind says, what if something happens? Then answer softly, the Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. Psalm 121:7. Not as a fight, but as a lullaby. Not as a debate, but as a return. Because your thoughts don't need to be punished. They need to be guided. Now, let's let preserve become personal. What do you need God to preserve in you tonight? Maybe your peace. Maybe your joy. The small, fragile joy you've almost forgotten how to feel. Maybe your faith, because you've been tired. Maybe your courage, because you've been carrying fear. Maybe your heart, because it has been bruised by words, or silence, or disappointment, or loss. Maybe you need God to preserve your hope, that quiet belief that goodness is still possible, that healing can still happen, that God is still writing your story. So you can tell Him, Lord, preserve me. Preserve my soul. Keep what is good inside me. Protect what is tender. Guard what is still trying to heal. And He is not offended by that prayer. He welcomes it, because He is your keeper. Now listen again. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. This does not mean you will never face trouble. It means trouble is not your master. It means darkness does not get the final word. It means even when you walk through valleys, you are not walking alone. God's preserving is deeper than your circumstances, because circumstances change, people change, weather changes, plans change, but God does not change. And the Psalm says, He shall preserve thy soul. Your soul is what God holds. Your soul is what God guards. Even if the outside feels uncertain, the inside can be kept. Even if the world feels shaky, your soul can be preserved. Even if you don't have all the answers, your soul can be safe. So tonight, you can stop tightening your grip on everything. You can loosen your jaw. You can soften your forehead. You can release your shoulders. Because your soul does not have to be held together by your effort. It is preserved by the Lord. Now, some people fear the night because the night feels like a doorway to memories, and memories can hurt. Memories can bring back voices you tried to forget, moments you wish you could rewrite, things you lost, things you endured. But listen, God can preserve your soul even while your memories heal. He can sit with you in the dark without letting the dark swallow you. He can hold you without forcing you to rush. He can preserve your soul while He gently restores it. So if something is rising in you tonight, a sadness, a tightness, a quiet grief, you are not doing something wrong. This is a safe place to feel, and God is still your keeper while you feel. Now, let's turn the verse into a soft prayer. Jesus, preserve me from all evil. Preserve me from fear. Preserve me from the lie that I am alone. Preserve me from the heaviness that steals my breath. Preserve me from the voices that accuse me in the night. Preserve my soul. Preserve the part of me that still hopes. Preserve the part of me that still believes. Preserve the part of me that is trying to rest. And as you pray that, let your breathing slow down again. In and out. In and out. And remember, this preserving is not fragile. God is not watching you with weak hands. He is not easily distracted. He is not easily overwhelmed. He does not fall asleep on the job. He preserves. And the psalm doesn't say it once. It says it twice. The Lord shall preserve thee. He shall preserve thy soul. As if God wants to press it gently into you. As if he wants your nervous system to learn, I am kept, I am preserved, even now, even here, even in this night. Now, if you feel like you've been too much for people, too emotional, too tired, too slow, too needy, let this truth comfort you. You are not too much for God. He does not resent your weakness. He does not roll his eyes at your worries. He does not step away because your soul needs care. He steps closer. He preserves your soul. And maybe you need to hear this. Your soul is not a burden. Your soul is precious, and God treats it that way. So tonight, as your eyes grow heavy, let the word preserve become a soft blanket. Preserve, preserve, preserve. Not forced, not hurried, just gentle, just steady, just true. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. And if your mind wanders, bring it back to that line, not with frustration, with kindness, like returning to a safe room inside God's care. Because this is the discovery of the night. God is not only keeping your life, he is preserving your soul. And that means you can rest, not because everything is solved, but because you are held. Now, we come to the final verse of Psalm 121. It feels like the psalm gathers you up, like a gentle hand cupping your face and turning you toward peace. It is not loud, it is not frantic, it is steady. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even forevermore. Psalm 121:8. Your going out, your coming in, these are ordinary words, daily words, life words, because life is made of comings and goings. You go out into the world, you come back home, you go out into responsibility, you come back into rest, you go out into noise, you come back into quiet, you go out into conversations, you come back into your own heart. And sometimes, the hardest part is not the big crisis. Sometimes the hardest part is the constant transitions, the constant switching, the constant be strong, then be soft, the constant show up, then recover, the constant give, then try to refill. You're going out and you're coming in. And God says, I preserve it. Not only the dramatic moments, not only the moments people notice, but the regular rhythm of your life. The Lord shall preserve your going out and your coming in. Meaning, when you step into the day, God steps with you. When you step into the night, God stays with you. When you enter something unknown, God is not surprised. When you return tired, God does not turn away. And this is where the psalm becomes like a soft climax, because it stretches time. From this time forth, from this time. Not later. Not when you get better. Not when you finally stop worrying. From this time forth. From right now. From this moment. From the moment you are listening, with your eyes heavy, with your breathing slow, with your heart needing safety. From this time forth, and then, and even forevermore. Forevermore. Not temporary care, not a short season of protection. forevermore. This is not a human promise. Humans mean well and still forget. Humans want to stay and still get tired. Humans promise and still change. But the psalm is speaking of the Lord, the one who does not slumber, the one who does not sleep, forevermore. So tonight, let your soul rest in that stretch, from this time forth, even forevermore. Now, let's slow the verse down, like turning it into a lullaby. The Lord shall preserve, not maybe, not if you deserve it, shall. The Lord shall preserve thy going out, your steps into tomorrow, your steps into whatever comes, the phone call, the appointment, the decision, the responsibility, your going out, and thy coming in, your return, your homecoming, your moment when you sit down again, when you exhale again, when you close the door again, when you put your head on the pillow again, your coming in. God preserves both, because God cares about the whole rhythm of you, not only your performance, not only your strength, but your rhythm, your breathing, your seasons, your nights and mornings. Now, maybe you're thinking, but what if I'm afraid of tomorrow? Then let this verse speak to that fear. If tomorrow is your going out, God preserves it. If tonight is your coming in, God preserves it. If tomorrow feels like a hill, Psalm 121 began with hills, and it ends with a keeper who keeps your steps from this time forth, even forevermore. Now, let's bring your specific life into the verse. What is your going out right now? Maybe you are going out into uncertainty. Maybe you are going out into waiting for news, waiting for healing, waiting for change. Maybe you are going out into work that drains you. Maybe you are going out into family situations that are complicated. Maybe you are going out into grief. Maybe you are going out into a season where you don't feel understood. God preserves your going out. He is not only waiting for you at the end, He is with you in the middle. And what is your coming in right now? Maybe you are coming in from a hard day, a day where you held back tears. Maybe you are coming in from being strong for someone else. Maybe you are coming in from pretending you were okay. Maybe you are coming in with a heart that feels bruised. God preserves your coming in. He does not ask you to enter His presence with a polished smile. He receives you as you are, tired, human, needing comfort, and this is a gentle peek of the psalm. You are preserved in both directions, going out, coming in, movement, rest, work, sleep, beginning, ending. God is there. Now, let this do something very simple inside you. Let it tell your body, I do not have to brace for everything. Let it tell your mind, I do not have to solve everything tonight. Let it tell your heart, I do not have to carry tomorrow in my chest, because my keeper is already there. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. Psalm 121:8. From this time forth, right now, so tonight we hand over tomorrow. Not the whole future, just tomorrow. We place it into God's hands. You can do it softly. Lord, I give you my going out. I give you the things I must face. I give you the conversations ahead. I give you the moments I cannot control. Preserve my going out. And then, Lord, I give you my coming in. I give you my return. I give you my quiet moments. I give you my need for rest. Preserve my coming in. And then, from this time forth, Lord, from right now, I stop fighting for control, even forevermore. Lord, I trust your keeping is bigger than my understanding. Now, if your heart is still gripping, let's loosen it with repetition. Not rushed, not mechanical, just gentle. The Lord shall preserve my going out and my coming in from this time forth, even for evermore. Again, the Lord shall preserve my going out and my coming in from this time forth, even for evermore. Now, imagine the night as a doorway, not a scary doorway, a peaceful doorway. A doorway where you step out of your effort and step into God's care. As you pass through that doorway, you don't go alone, because the Lord preserves your coming in. He preserves your entering into sleep. He preserves your letting go. He preserves your vulnerability. Sleep is vulnerable. You close your eyes, you stop watching, you stop controlling. And the psalm says, you are kept. Now, let's gather the whole psalm in one soft arc. You lifted your eyes to the hills. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. Psalm 121, Sin 1. And your help comes from the Lord. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. Psalm 121, 2. He does not sleep. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121, 3. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 121, 4. He is your keeper. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Psalm 121, 5. He covers your day and your night. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Psalm 121, 106. He preserves your soul. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121, 107. And he preserves your steps, your everyday transitions. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even for evermore. Psalm 121, 8. So tonight, you can let the psalm become a cradle for your thoughts, a cradle for your breathing, a cradle for your weary heart. And if you are thinking, but I still feel a little afraid, then let this be the gentle answer. Feeling afraid does not cancel God's keeping. Feeling anxious does not make him leave. Feeling tired does not make him disappointed. He preserves your going out. He preserves your coming in from this time forth, even for evermore. Now, we begin to come down, slowly, softly, not ending the comfort, but letting it sink deeper. In the next part, we will start the long, calm descent into sleep. We will stay with this keeping and let it wash over you again and again until your mind becomes quiet and your body feels safe enough to drift. Now, let everything slow down. Let the room be quiet around you, and let God's word be quiet within you. You don't have to hold anything up right now. You don't have to keep watch. You don't have to carry tomorrow, because the keeper is here. The one who made heaven and earth, the one who does not slumber, the one who does not sleep. He is keeping you even now. So take a gentle breath in and let it out slowly, and again, in and out. And as your breathing softens, let your thoughts soften too, not forced, not rushed, just softened by the truth. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. Psalm 121. Tonight, you do not lift your eyes in fear, you lift your eyes in trust, because you already have an answer. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. Psalm 121, Sin 2. Your help comes from the Lord, not from your strength, not from your perfect understanding, not from your ability to predict everything. Your help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. So let your shoulders relax a little more. Let your hands rest. Let your jaw unclench. God is not far from you. Now, let this promise settle in your body. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121, 3. The Lord will steady you, even if you feel shaky inside, even if you feel tired, even if your emotions feel sensitive. He will not suffer your foot to be moved, and he does not slumber. So the night does not have to be your battlefield. It can be your resting place, because the one who keeps you stays awake. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 121, Suol. Behold, look again, not at your fear, but at your keeper. He does not get tired of caring for you. He does not drift away. He does not forget you. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep, and you are not outside his care. Tonight you belong to God. Now let the next truth become very close. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Psalm 121, 5. The Lord is your keeper. So you can stop guarding yourself so hard. The Lord is your shade. So you can stop standing in the heat. He is shade upon your right hand, right where you carry life, right where you work, right where you try. And tonight, your right hand can rest. Your heart can rest. Your mind can rest. Because God is close. Now let the day and night be covered. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Psalm 121, 6. The day, with its pressures, the night, with its hidden fears. God covers both. So you can let the day go now. You can release it, not by replaying it, not by judging it, just by placing it in the Lord's hands. Lord, I give you this day. I give you what went well and what went wrong. I give you the words I said and the words I held back. I give you what I understand and what I don't understand. I give you what I can change and what I cannot change. Be my keeper, be my shade. And now let the night be gentle. Let the moon be quiet, because God is keeping you here too. Now listen to this promise again, and let it touch the deepest place in you. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121, 7. He shall preserve your soul, the part of you that is tender, the part of you that has carried silent weight, the part of you that needs comfort. God preserves your soul, not only your schedule, not only your circumstances, your soul. So tonight, let your soul be safe. If a heavy thought comes, you don't have to chase it. You can lay it under this promise. He shall preserve thy soul. If an old memory comes, you don't have to wrestle with it. You can lay it under this promise. He shall preserve thy soul. If fear tries to rise, you don't have to panic. You can lay it under this promise. The Lord shall preserve thee. And now, the final verse, like a soft seal of peace. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even for evermore. Psalm 121, 8. From this time forth, right now, even forevermore, not temporary, forever. So, tonight, you can let tomorrow go. You can stop traveling ahead in your mind. God will preserve your going out, and God will preserve your coming in. He will preserve your steps. He will preserve your returning. He will preserve you. Now, let's turn these words into a simple rhythm, like a gentle rocking. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. Psalm 121, 2. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121, 3. The Lord is thy keeper. Psalm 121, 5. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121, 7. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. Psalm 121, 8. Again, softly. My help cometh from the Lord. Psalm 121, 2. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121, 3. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Psalm 121:5. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Psalm 121:6. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. From this time forth, and even for evermore. Psalm 121:8. Now, let your breathing become quieter than your thoughts. In and out. In and out. And if you notice tension anywhere, you can simply let it melt. The forehead, soften. The eyes, heavy. The shoulders, lower. The chest, unclench. The hands, rest. The legs, loosen. The feet, release. Because you are not on duty tonight. Your keeper is on duty. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. And if you feel alone, remember, God is close. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Psalm 121:5. Shade upon your right hand. Close enough to cover you. Close enough to protect you. Close enough to comfort you. Now, let's speak to Jesus simply. Jesus, keep me tonight. Keep my mind. Keep my heart. Keep my body. Keep my home. Keep the people I love. Keep the parts of me that feel fragile. And when I cannot keep myself, you keep me. My help cometh from the Lord. Psalm 121:2. Now, if your mind is still trying to plan, you can release it again, just for this night. Not because planning is bad, but because this is not the hour for planning. This is the hour for being kept. So you can say, Lord, I release tomorrow into your hands. I release the things I cannot control. I release the things I cannot predict. I release the things I cannot fix. Preserve my going out and my coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalm 121:8. Now, let your thoughts become fewer, not because you force them away, but because they grow tired, and because peace becomes more interesting than worry. My help cometh from the Lord. Psalm 121:2. The Lord is thy keeper. Psalm 121:5. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. From this time forth, and even forevermore. Psalm 121:8. Again, the Lord is thy keeper, the Lord is thy shade. He shall preserve thy soul, even forevermore. And if sleep is coming slowly, that is okay. God is not rushing you. He is patient. He is steady. He is near. And whether you fall asleep quickly or you drift slowly, you are still being kept. Now, let the words become softer, more distant, like a calm light. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 121:4. The Lord is thy keeper. Psalm 121:5. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Psalm 121:6. The Lord shall preserve thee. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalm 121:8. Now, rest. Let your heart rest. Let your mind rest. Let your body rest. Because the keeper stays awake, and you are safe to sleep. Now, we stay in the quiet. No rushing, no pushing, no needing to do anything. Just resting as you are. Your breathing can be soft now. Your eyelids can be heavy. Your thoughts can come and go. And each time they come, you can let them pass and return to the keeper. The Lord is not asking you to win a battle tonight. He is simply inviting you to be held. So let the psalm become a slow rhythm, a gentle tide washing over you. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. Psalm 121:1. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. Psalm 121:2. The Maker. He made heaven and earth, and he is here. So you are not alone. Now let this be quiet inside you. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. Psalm 121:3. Your foot, your step, your life, God steadies you. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. Your keeper does not drift, he stays. And now, behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 121:4. Behold, look again, not with your eyes, with your heart. The one who keeps his people, he does not sleep, so you can. Now, let the next line become a warm covering. The Lord is thy keeper. Psalm 121:5. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Psalm 121:5. Shade, relief, covering, closeness upon your right hand, right where you carry life, right where you've been trying. And tonight, your trying can stop, because God is close. Now, let day and night be covered. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Psalm 121:6. No matter what the day brings, God's shade is there, nor the moon by night. Psalm 121:6. No matter what the night whispers, God's keeping is here. Now, let this promise go deep. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. Psalm 121:7. Preserve, protect, keep. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. Your soul, the deepest part of you, is kept. So you do not have to harden yourself tonight. You do not have to brace. You can soften, because your soul is preserved. Now, the final verse, slow, steady, like the last light of evening. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. Psalm 121:8. Your going out, your coming in, your steps, your returns, from this time forth, right now, and even forevermore. Psalm 121:8. Forever. Now, let your breathing become the only thing you notice. In and out, in and out. If thoughts come, let them drift away. You do not have to follow them. You can return to one soft sentence. The Lord is my keeper. Psalm 121:5. The Lord is my keeper. Again, the Lord is my keeper. And if you need another, he shall preserve my soul. Psalm 121:7. He shall preserve my soul. Again, he shall preserve my soul. And if you need another, he that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Again, he that keepeth thee will not slumber. Now, let your body sink deeper into rest. The bed holds you, and the Lord holds you more. Your breath is quiet, and the Lord's care is quieter still. Now, a very gentle prayer. Jesus, keep me. Keep my mind from fear. Keep my heart from heaviness. Keep my body in peace. Keep my home. Keep the people I love. And when I cannot keep myself, you keep me. My help cometh from the Lord. Psalm 121:2. Now, just rest. Nothing to prove, nothing to solve, just being kept. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Psalm 121:5. Shade, covering, near. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Psalm 121:6. Nor the moon by night. Psalm 121:6. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. From this time forth, and even forevermore. Psalm 121:8. And as you drift, as your thoughts become softer, as sleep comes, remember, you are watched over, not by worry, but by the Lord who does not sleep. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. So you can sleep in peace, in safety, in quiet, held, preserved, kept. Amen.